Hey guys, I'm Rhoda and welcome to WaterBaby Tarot presented by Bomispirit. This is going to be the Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter readings for men and masculine energies. I was guided to start doing readings for men, so I'm just following instructions. But keep in mind, like I said, I'm also gearing this towards masculine energies, so it doesn't have to be such a gender thing because gender is just an illusion anyway, right, as we know. But again, following instructions, so it is what it is. It's been fun though. It's been really interesting so far. My higher self is very masculine. I've always really connected well with masculine energies. And anyway, not to get into that whole thing, but I guess I want to talk about this because of what I picked up on the meditative session. So I'll say this a little bit, then I'll get into your stuff. I have a very and I've only realized this in last year, which is kind of shocking, but I end up having a very masculine fatherly energy with people. So it kind of helps them play out some of their stuff that is really needed to play out with their masculine energy and all of that. And Capricorns, I felt some of that with you, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. I'll be honest, there's gonna be some really deep stuff, and keep in mind, these are not gonna be for everybody. I'm just tapping into the collective, okay? So if it's not your story, it's not your story, that's fine. And what I pick up on in the meditative session doesn't always pertain to the reading, but typically does. So first of all, let's start on the surface, and then we'll go deep, okay? Because the surface is very deceiving, but we'll start there. So there's this major blockage with feeling secure, feeling stable, and having abundance and success and health and wealth and all of that. So there's a blockage there. For some, it's not feeling like you can never attain it. Like it's never enough. Kind of like you're filling a void. We'll get to that. Okay, but that's definitely for some of you. Others, you feel like you just can't attain it. Like you're hitting a wall and you try, but you're not understanding why you're hitting a wall. It's actually relating to some of your inner child stuff, definitely parental stuff, and I was getting a lot about the dad. I was getting a lot about father energy, grandfather energy, whether you had a father in your life or not, or a father figure in your life or not, okay? It almost is like this absence of fatherly guidance, or this absence of I don't really have a dad, or I never had a dad, or they were there but they weren't there, or they were there but they didn't do anything. It's almost like having to raise yourself. Yeah, let's go there. I was getting that, feeling like you couldn't be a child totally because there was this overwhelming awareness that you didn't have a fully present parent, or you just didn't have a parent. But this is specifically dad, specifically father energy. Even if they were there, they were absent, and it's you had to raise yourself in that way. But again, a child raising itself is not exactly gonna, there's gonna be some stuff that doesn't, develop so well, or there's gonna be some stuff that starts to become a blockage or just wounding in general. And that's what I was really feeling here. It's created this overwhelming sense of having to do a lot, or having to be there for people, or be obligated in some way. And that's also manifested in relationships. I was getting a massive block and pain in the relationship sector. All right, I know I was getting a lot of stuff with you, Cappies. Oh man. So keep in mind, this all started with your issue with abundance. That's where this started. It goes real deep. All right, so all these blockages you have with attaining wealth and money, success, and feeling really stable and secure, all of that, that's what all this is relating to, is that you didn't feel stable and secure in your childhood because you had a very absent father, or you just didn't have a father, period. Or you had a father that didn't really act as a father. I just keep getting this whole absence of fatherly advice and fatherly guidance and fatherly knowledge. That's what it is. There was no fatherly knowledge that was handed down to you. This is a problem for many masculine energies, even amongst women, okay? Not a judgment. It is what it is. It's part of society we're living in now, and we're trying to repair, right? So there's a lot of stuff in feminine energy too, but we're focusing on masculine energy today. Now, coming to this relationship painful thing I was feeling this sense of being controlled. I was feeling a lot of heartbreak. To be honest with you, this is going to be really specific. I feel like this was one particular person. This could be someone who represented your mother, because there's a lot of childhood stuff going on here. You might have to do a soul retrieval or inner child work to remove some of these blockages, okay? So just so you guys know. But this feminine energy, it's I feel just a lot of attraction, a lot of devotion, but there's a control factor, man. I can feel it, feeling this feminine energy has power over you, and definitely broke your heart. most definitely broke your heart, but I felt this like overwhelming sense of obligation, that overwhelming sense of like having to show up in that like absentee father. I need to be more fatherly, more protective. I need to really be there for them, like that sort of energy. And it's backfired. And it scarred you. For some, it's even traumatized you. That's part of the block here. It's part of the block. Some of you have just played out your dynamics that you've seen with your own parents, of having an absent like father and maybe having a mother that's very controlling, or a mother that has all the power and dictates. I'm getting the word dictate. So that's what I was feeling. I know it's a lot. It might not pertain to the reading, but for those in that boat, you're gonna have to do a soul retrieval. You're gonna have to go and talk to your inner child. You're gonna have to love on your inner child a little bit. There's also this need to have fun, to let yourself be a kid, okay? Be a kid. It's okay to be a kid. It's okay to not have everything be also serious, all about survival, all about stability all the time. You feel that because you didn't get enough of that. You had to like step into that role as a kid, or you didn't have parents that did that enough for you as a kid to provide that for you so you could actually be a child. So you didn't get to be a child. Obviously not for all of you, but some of you guys are feeling that. Do that inner child work. Do that soul retrieval. These blockages will be removed, and even your relationship, I keep on saying sector. See, so serious. The relationship part of your life, aspect of your life, I think will improve drastically because of that too, okay? All right, let's get into the reading. Not that I've like told your whole life already. I'm going to be using spellcasters as the primary here. Any messages for my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or for my Cappy masculine energies? Any messages for my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or for my Cappy masculine energies? Okay, I'm getting a lot of emphasis on the dad thing again. Yeah, it just feels like that's what it is. It feels like a void. Oh, that's what it was. I forgot to talk about that. The void, the filling the void, the filling the void. Some of you guys do have some codependency stuff, okay? It doesn't feel like emotional codependency. It actually feels like substances, like food, booze, drugs, that sort of thing. Anything that gives you like an endorphin rush. I feel a lot of that. Like when you're not being super serious and working really hard, that's what you're doing. You're filling that void with substances. Yeah, you just didn't have enough stability as a kid, or it's like you just didn't have enough parental presence as a child. I almost said Kyle. Oh, that's weird. When your names are Kyle. That was really weird how that came out. That was like a total psychic slip. My bad. Sorry, guys. Again, not trying to put you on blast or anything. Yeah, so you had to give it to yourself. You had to raise yourself in a lot of ways. It's okay to be a kid. It's okay to be a kid. Any messages for my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or for my Capricorn masculine energies? God, this scarring from this feminine energy. Like, it doesn't have to be a female. It can be someone who is an actual male, but it's like they carry feminine energy. And it's like, I just feel like there was so much pull that like you can't help it. There's this like feeling of like you have no control around this person. They have all control. It keeps feeling this massive scarring around that. You're still holding on to it. You're still holding on to it. You have to heal from that. You got to heal from that, guys. It's created a block, seriously, like a major block. Sorry, I'm getting pulled into other stuff here. There's such a desire for family. Although we're going interesting places. God, you guys are getting just like a channeling where you don't have any cards out yet. There is this desire for family, but I think you try not to listen to that. I think you try to shut that off because of these blockages you have from this scarring, from this feminine energy that I'm feeling. Who's like had all this dominating control over you, or like made you feel like you had, just like you had no control over yourself, or it's like you just gave so much of yourself. And I don't think they were that giving in return. I really don't feel that way. So it was more like a controlling, toxic dynamic situation. because of that scarring and because of this inner child stuff, particularly around your father, for some of you it is about like your dynamics with your mom and your dad that you've played out, you don't indulge in that feeling. You don't indulge in that fantasy. You don't indulge in thinking about that because it's painful. It hurts. It hurts. You want a family. You don't admit it to yourself, let alone anybody else. Interesting. Any messages for my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or my Capricorn masculine energies? Any messages for my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or for my Capricorn masculine energies? This feels like a therapy session. A little bit. But maybe I'll title that. Maybe I'll make that the title, is what I meant to say. Sorry, Yoda speak. Any messages for my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Or my Capricorn masculine energies? Ooh, too many cards. Can I get less cards, please? Yeah, see, I feel like you guys like don't really want to go here. Like, I feel like you guys are like, I don't want to talk about this. That's honestly what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a major withdrawal of the collective right now. Can I get some cards, please? Any messages for my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or Capricorn? Thank you. Nine of Pentacles. This is a really interesting Nine of Pentacles in this deck. Virgo energy. Nine of Pentacles is usually a card of independence, but you see in this deck how she's looking at that squirrel, and that squirrel's got a head over its head. Squirrels are about confidence. So you have your independence. No question. No question you have your independence. But there is like insecurity lurking underneath because of this like whole instability in your childhood. So you're constantly trying to seek it out and attain as much of it as possible. You're never going to attain enough stability to be satisfied unless you deal with these blockages and do some soul retrieval, do some inner child work. Otherwise, you're never going to feel satisfied enough. Okay? But you got your independence. A lot of you feel really misunderstood by people, so I feel like you guys actually don't speak a lot. I'm getting a lot of like, how do I say this? You're in a conversation like, I just won't add to that. I just won't add to that. I don't need to add to that. I don't need to say that. Keep a lot to yourself. Any messages for my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or for my Capricorn masculine energies? I just heard it's hard to be around people. It's hard to be around people. Why? Why, guys? Some of you guys are actually very empathic and very sensitive to energy, whether you realize that or not. I think that's why it's hard for you to be around people. I gotta be honest, some of you, it's hard to be around people because of how happy they are. Why do I feel like this is the person? Queen of Wands, Aries energy, could also be fire or water, with the Eight of Wands in reverse, Sag energy. This person is still in your energy field, still in your heart, still in your mind, and for some, it's like for some of you, it's turned into an archetype. Oh Lord, here we go, guys, here we go. For some of you, it's turned into an archetype where like maybe you've tried relationships before. Some of you, it's just an archetype of your mother. All right, sorry, we're just gonna go there. Some of you, it's an archetype of your mother. Others, it's an archetype of this person who's really scarred you in relationships, okay? Yeah, they're telling me yes, it's just an archetype, so just say it that way. Okay, you now have an archetype, you now have a type for your wounding in relationships. So you keep attracting this kind of person in, and you feel like you can't get away from it. You feel like you can't get away from this kind of dynamic. You feel like you can't get away from this kind of energy where you give and you dedicate and you try to show up in that like very stable kind of masculine way, and then you get taken advantage of, or you end up like, you know, having a weird power imbalance where they have a lot of power over you. That Eight of Wands in reverse, you just feel like, some of you feel like you've wasted time. Some of you guys feel like you've wasted time on your path because of this. Others of you just feel like it's just really dragged it down. I just keep getting the word delay, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, some of you just feel like you've wasted time because it's the same person, different face, over and over and over. Some of you just had that one scarring event and you're just like, fuck it, I'm never doing this again. So you can't get past it though, because they're still in your energy field and they're still in your heart space and your mind space. Mental space. Queen of Wands can be very attractive, can be very irresistible. You got some of you just, sorry, I'm mostly getting this. Some of you just really like them fiery. Okay, I hear you guys, I hear you. Any other messages from my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Or from my Capricorn masculine energies? You're holding on to your independence though, I'm feeling that. Yeah, Ace of Wands in reverse. I just feel hesitancy. I don't even feel lack of motivation. I don't even feel fatigue with this. I feel hesitancy to try new things, hesitancy to do something different, because there's this energy of like having the same experience where you're burned over and over and over with relationships, and how that also relates to your abundance. Some of you, this is played out in work. Some of you, it's played out in work, but at the end of the day, I feel like one of your biggest urges is having a family. I feel that, man. You don't admit it and you don't put energy towards it because of these past experiences with this archetype or this one person, for those of you who were too scarred to try again with someone else. Oh, Jesus, guys. Yeah, Lovers in reverse. Gemini energy. I mean, I'm just going to sound like a broken record, so you guys know what I'm saying already. You want a family, but you're afraid to touch that opportunity with even a 10-foot pole. Any other messages from my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Hangman in reverse. I like seeing that. Piscean energy, change in perspective. Honestly, it's not just a change in perspective. You guys got to do this inner child work, or this, for some of you, it's a soul retrieval. Soul retrieval, for those who are new to the community. Hello, welcome. That's picking up the pieces of yourself that were left behind. Like when you were a kid and your father didn't show up for you, or you had to be your own dad, or you couldn't be a child, or you couldn't have fun. Go pick up in that piece. Go pick up that piece. Go to that version of yourself, however old you were, whatever age comes to you, when you had a traumatic moment or you had difficulty with your parents, particularly father. I keep getting this fatherly energy, or absentee dad, or like just didn't have a father. Go to yourself at that age, have a conversation with yourself at that age, hug yourself, love yourself, tell yourself it's okay, tell yourself to be a child, tell yourself to be a kid. There's a lot of your blockages relate to that exact thing, and that'll help change your perspective. Overall energy, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful, beautiful. Closing cycles, start new cycles, universe working with you. Jupiter energy. 4 of Cups in reverse, Cancerian energy. And the World, fixed energy, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, also Saturn, which was Capricorn, beautiful, with the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, and the Sun, Leo energy. Oh, who's this, guys? Empress. Venusian, Libra energy, Taurus energy, Divine Feminine energy, a motherly energy, a wifey, like energy. That is freaking beautiful. Wow, okay. I'm liking this. I like where this is going. So, my Cappy men and masculine Cappies. If you work on this block with your inner child and with this archetype, because some of you have someone in your life that does fit this archetype, but if you work on your blockages, you do your inner child work, you do your soul retrieval, and you have that shift in yourself, the shift in your consciousness, the shift in your perspective, you can have something really beautiful. You can actually like go and have that person that you give to and gives back, where there's a healthy dynamic and it works out well, and you actually get to have the family that you secretly want, that you're not telling anybody about. You know what I mean? Especially with Ace of Wands in reverse and Lovers in reverse. Again, you're just afraid to touch these kind of situations with a 10-foot pole. You're just terrified to do it because of being burned in the past, okay? Oh my God, this is just so beautiful. Can we just look at this? Can you just look at that? Just look at that. That's like new beginning. Empress is a feminine energy who's been through it. They've been through all the lessons. They're mature. They got their own shit going on. That is wifey, mother material, okay, in the traditional sense. That's someone you want to rule an empire with. No question. That's what you want. You know, that's what I'm also getting to, guys. This pattern, it's like you were indulging with energies that were not Empress status, not Empress material. Like someone that you couldn't rule with, someone who wanted to rule you. Ooh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Someone who wanted to rule you, not rule with you. Not mature enough to rule with you. Not mature enough for that. But you can turn the tide. All right, remember, this is your overall energy preceding. Hold on. If I could pick, God damn it, I can't pick these cards up. Hold on. This came first, and then we have this beautiful freaking energy. Oh my God, this is so gorgeous. You never get cards like this. No one ever gets cards like this. Just look at that. Just look at that. Just soak that in, okay? Ultimate happiness with the sun. The world is not just, oh, okay, that part of my life is over. I'm starting this part of my life. That's a whole new you. That's a whole new level of existence. That's a whole new book, not just a new chapter. Ace of Pentacles is a really stable new beginning for someone. Could even lead to some kind of proposal of some kind with an Empress. This is not your energy. This is like what you could bring in for yourself. Only after you close out this cycle, you deal with this inner child stuff. You do this soul retrieval. You remove these blockages and you see them for what they are. And this Four of Cups in reverse, I just keep getting rejection over and over and over and over again. Not that you are being rejected, but that you are rejecting. You were rejecting because of this painful past with this archetype that's also kept you blocked. Eight of Wands in reverse is my block card. For some, it just emulates your mother and your dynamics with your parents, right? But it definitely relates at the core of it. It relates down to your own childhood, and particularly around father and lack of fatherly knowledge, fatherly parenting, fatherly guidance, or just not having a father around, having to do that for yourself and not being allowed to have fun or be a kid. You can do it. This gets me excited. You can totally do it. So let's break this down a little bit now that I've done so much freaking talking. So like I said, you have your independence, but you don't want to just be independent and solo anymore. Secretly, you want a family. I don't think you're telling anybody that. That's something you really keep close to your chest. There's also this confidence issue going on here of your own stability. Even though you're very stable, it's never enough. Again, that relates to your inner child stuff. So please explore that. This archetype that you've dealt with has really caused a major blockage for you, and it's caused a lot of scarring and a lot of wounding. You have an opportunity to go and get what you want as far as a family and relationship is concerned, but you're afraid to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Have that shift in perspective. This is what I care about. So let's go ahead and look at the Hangman in reverse. Excuse me. We'll do radiant wise. Tell me what the Hangman in reverse is. Tell me what the Hangman in reverse. For my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. For my Capricorn masculine energies. I don't even know what to call this. I really don't. I'm like, what's my title of this reading? So much going on in here. Time for the Hangman in reverse. Oh, I know. So hold on. I gotta put this down before I forget. Okay. Hangman in reverse. Tell me what the Hangman in reverse, please. Come on. One more. I love this deck, but it is hard to shuffle because of the way it has like the laminating and finishing on it. Tell me the Hangman in reverse for my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, and Capricorn masculine energies. Yep, there it is. Five of Pentacles, Taurian energy. No matter how independent you are lonely. I can feel it. You want a family really bad. I can feel it. That's also why trying to attain stability on your own is not enough, because you don't just want it to be you. You have this like desire to give and show up and be there for people, take care of people. That's how you got stuck in this whole archetype in the first place, right? Because someone saw it and they took advantage. Someone saw it and they took advantage. They didn't want to rule with you. They wanted to rule you. You have an opportunity to change this, to have someone to rule with, okay? I love that energy so much. Oh my God. Anyway, so changing your perspective in this Five of Pentacles energy. Again, it's a lack issue. It's a lack issue. It's a scarcity issue that comes from not having enough stability or parental presence and awareness from when you were a child and not being able to be a child yourself. Okay, that's where it comes from. And filling that void with the codependencies that we talked about. And also, like I said, money, abundance, all of that, it's never enough. It's never enough. Tell me about the Hangman in reverse. Tell me the Hangman in reverse for my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, and my Capricorn masculine energies. Of course, the Death card comes out here. It's an illusion. Ace of Swords in reverse with the Death card, Scorpionic energy. Yeah, that scarcity, that void, that loneliness, it doesn't have to be your reality. You can change it. Death card is allowing you to change that perspective with the Ace of Swords in reverse, and we're clarifying the Hangman in reverse. Don't forget. Yeah, you're going to go through a death process. Again, some of this is inner child work, soul retrieval, not just shadow work. This is deep. This feels a little deep and a little involved, but it's going to be very worth it. All right? Go love the younger you. Go tell the younger you to have fun. Go tell the younger you that they're safe. Tell me about the Hangman in reverse. Oh, there it is. Soul retrieval, childhood work. Six of Cups in reverse, Scorpionic energy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Soul retrieval, inner child work of your unhappy childhood, unhappy memories, or not having, again, that parental presence that you needed, whether they were actually there or not. It wasn't enough. You had to be your own parent, addressing all of that stuff. Tell me about the Hangman in reverse. Wow, this is beautiful, guys. The Hermit, yeah, you're going deep, deep, deep. It's like so many layers. Virgo energy with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, Capricorn energy. Digging deep within your inside yourself and letting yourself open up. There is this opening up that really needs to happen for you guys. Again, because of the scarring from this archetype, you're not touching the situations with a 10-foot pole. Some of you guys have closed off your heart space, but you do want to give. You're a giver. I can feel it. You're a giver. Let yourself be that. You're only going to do that by working through these blockages and going within to do so. Tell me about the Hangman in reverse. Tell me about the Hangman in reverse. We have another card out here. Ah. The Ace of Pentacles. If you guys do this work, it's going to change your life. It is. It's like, it's going to change you. It's going to change your life. You're going to be so freaking happy. So freaking happy. Very nice. I don't even need to explain that one. Overall, we do have Three of Pentacles in reverse, Capricorn energy. I'm hearing Lone Wolf. 10 of Wands in reverse, Sag energy. So again, dropping that burden of not being able to deal with people, the burden of actually being alone, the burden of having total independence. Again, independence is a good thing and you like it, but you want, I just feel really strongly, very specific, that you want a family. It doesn't have to be traditional family, but it's like you want someone to come home to. You want someone that you can call every day and talk about stuff and support and show up for. Like, that's what you want. Dropping the burden of not having foundations with people. Underneath that, we've got Temperance. Oh. Sag energy, healing, balance, peace. Making peace with it. Getting that massive healing by doing this deep dive into yourself, into your inner child, doing soul retrieval, going within yourself even deeper, opening yourself up even more so that you can have this new way of being, this new way of life. And for some of you, it does involve someone that is in your reality, but you're not indulging it because of these blockages. Time to indulge. Cappies. I like this reading a lot. I did. Let's pull an oracle card for advice. Actually, let's do message from the guides. I almost did wisdom of oracle. Let's do messages from the guides. That feels appropriate for you guys. Okay. Any messages, please? Messages or advice for my Capricorn men, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, and Capricorn masculine energies pertaining to this spread. Messages or advice, please. Ooh, wants to talk. It wants to talk. Hold on. This tech wants to talk so bad. Okay, that's better. That's better. A little smoother. Okay. Worry is a wasted emotion. Everyone has value. You have value. You got value. And people are worth it. And that's what I just heard. People are worth it. You can't always worry that it's going to turn into this whole being dominated, being taken from situation. That's not going to do you any justice. It's not going to do any good. It doesn't help you to worry about, you know, getting as much money and stability and abundance as possible because that's you trying to fill a void. It's about really diving into your inner child, soul retrieval. Dive into yourself. Dive deep. Dive deep. Pull that stuff out, all right? You're worth it. Other people are worth it. Happiness is worth it. I feel like I need to get another one. We have learned from your mistakes. Learn from the cycle that you experience with this archetype. Learn from it. Learn from it. It taught you something. It should have showed you something about yourself and how you relate to people, what your motivations are, where that really comes from. That's going to help you with this deep dive. Where your motivations really come from, where your feelings really come from, where your fear and worry really comes from. It comes from your childhood. Learn from that. Learn from that. Learn from how you reacted to this person and how things turned out the way they did at all in the, you know, by the end of it and how you ended up in so much pain. Learn from that. Learn from that. On the bottom, we do have express your feelings. You don't have to just express your feelings to people because like I said, I was getting this whole like silent energy from you. It's like not adding to conversations, not really divulging a lot, keeping a lot to yourself. You just have to express your feelings to yourself because again, this is part of your deep dive. Definitely part of your deep dive. If you need to make peace with your parents if they're still alive, I suggest you do so. I definitely suggest you do so. If you're able to, I think that's really going to help the process. Okay. But you gotta be honest with what you feel, why you feel it, where all these reactions are coming from, where your motivations are coming from. That's going to help you make a lot of sense about these blockages, how it relates to your inner child, how it relates to your childhood and how you develop to be who you are now and how to change that to be happier. Okay. Wow. I mean, my God, I was like, I know this is going to be deep, but holy crap. So guys, I hope this was helpful and informative. Don't forget to check out Vimeo and Patreon. Everything else you need is linked below for your convenience. And I really do hope that this helped you guys. I feel like it did help some of you guys quite a bit. Yeah. So anyway, I love you guys. Take care. Have a good night and I'll see you soon. Namaste.